Let him use his gloves and his cup and to spar Tank. And he said he gave Tank the business. And he said him and Floyd had to jump in the ring and break them apart because Tank wanted to take the gloves off.
It was just motivation, you know, because at that time too, man, I wasn't even like IQ wise, you know. I ain't had that IQ that I got now, you know what I mean? So at that point, I was just really going off now.
The upcoming potential fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Frank Martin is proving to be an exciting one with plenty of drama. If you've been following the recent updates regarding this fight, you probably are aware that these two have a rich history that goes back to their amateur days. You've also probably already heard that Tank received a beating from Frank during their sparring session where Floyd Mayweather and other personalities were present. Since the news about Tank being knocked down by Frank Martin became viral on social media, Tank fans found it hard to believe that someone of Tank's caliber got beat up by an inexperienced boxer. Recently, however, Floyd Mayweather came out and confirmed that Martin indeed beat up Tank and that he did it using Mayweather's gloves. This is massive news and puts all the rumors to bed. It also makes the upcoming fight between Tank and Martin more exciting and entertaining. We have all of this lined up in today's video, so make sure to stick around and watch this one right till the end. To give you some context, several sources close to the fighters have said that the sparring session between the Ghost and Tank was wild. The sources claimed that Martin managed to land shots that visibly shook Davis, leading to an altercation that had to be broken up by Floyd Mayweather. This incident has not been forgotten by either fighter or their fans, setting the stage for a highly anticipated rematch under the bright lights of a professional setting. During an interview, Martin recalled the sparring match with Tank and shared some interesting details. He didn't talk about beating up Tank in the presence of Mayweather and other trainers. However, he did mention that he earned a few compliments, with one onlooker calling him the Beast.
Everybody was loud, you know. It was they weren't hitting the ring or nothing, but everybody was just like stuck, kinda, you know, in the sparring. But that's what it was.
What was the best compliment you got maybe after everything was done?
Martin stayed humble and avoided sharing too many details about the fight, as he probably didn't want to humiliate Tank. Martin played the gentleman, but the truth doesn't stay hidden for long. Recently, Nate Jones, a former trainer of Mayweather's and a witness to the Tank versus Frank Martin sparring session, came out and shared what went down during that fight. Jones's account of the sparring session paints a vivid picture of the intensity and rivalry brewing between the two fighters. According to him, the session took an unexpected turn when Frank Martin, who initially didn't have his boxing equipment, was lent gloves and a cup by Mayweather himself. This gesture not only facilitated the spar, but also symbolized Mayweather's interest in seeing Martin test his mettle against Davis, a highly regarded fighter within his stable. Mayweather was, and still is, a big fan of Tank, but it goes to show his appreciation for other fighters as well. The narrative that unfolded in the gym that day, according to Jones, was one of sheer competitiveness and skill, with Martin reportedly dominating the session to the extent that both fighters' emotions flared, leading to a moment where they wanted to escalate the sparring into a real fight. This incident underscores the high stakes and intense rivalry that exists between athletes at the pinnacle of boxing, where even a sparring session can feel like a championship bout. Jones's recounting of the event highlights several key aspects of the fighters' personalities and skills. For Martin, being able to hold his own and even outperform Davis in a high-pressure environment speaks volumes about his capabilities and potential. It suggests that Martin possesses not only the physical attributes necessary to compete at the highest levels, but also the mental fortitude to remain composed and effective under pressure. For Davis, the session served as a stark reminder that the path to boxing supremacy is fraught with challenges and worthy adversaries. His reaction to the sparring session's outcome, as described by Jones, indicates a fighter who is fiercely competitive and unwilling to accept anything less than victory, even in a training environment. The insights provided by Nate Jones about this sparring session have added an intriguing layer to the buildup of the upcoming fight between Frank Martin and Gervonta Davis. It has set the stage for a highly anticipated matchup, with fans and analysts keen to see if the intensity and competitiveness witnessed in the gym will translate into an explosive and memorable fight. This sparring session, as narrated by Jones, not only highlights the raw talent and determination of both fighters, but also serves as a testament to the unpredictable and thrilling nature of boxing. But how did Tank respond to the sparring footage drama? What was his warning for Frank Martin if they fought in the ring? Tank, being one of the top fighters in the division, had to remind Martin who's boss.
You ever take Earl about him? Like, man.
No, but I seen Earl say some stuff about it. Earl better watch out, get his fighter hurt bad, like I did.
This bold declaration from Davis sets a highly charged atmosphere for their confrontation. It's a narrative that goes beyond the usual pre-fight hype, suggesting that their upcoming bout is personal. Davis's use of the phrase "hurt bad" is particularly evocative, suggesting that he's not just aiming to win, but to dominate, to leave no doubt about his standing in the lightweight division. It's a statement of intent, signaling his ambition to not just defend his title, but to solidify his legacy. The psychological aspect of boxing is often as crucial as the physical, and Davis's words are a masterclass in mental warfare. By publicly stating his intention to replicate or exceed the intensity of their sparring encounters, Davis is not just setting expectations for the fight, he's laying down a challenge to Martin. It's a challenge that goes beyond physical capabilities, touching on resilience, heart, and the ability to withstand pressure. But how did Frank Martin respond? Well, Martin doesn't seem intimidated by a few threats and gives a confident response to Tank's warnings.
It's stacked, man. In your opinion, where would you rank amongst the guys at 135 pounds?
I'm ranked right there with him. I could beat any of them, you know, so I'm ranked right there with him.
Martin's retort to Tank's daunting warning is a testament to his unshakable confidence and ambition within the fiercely competitive lightweight division. Martin's bold claim, positioning himself as a formidable challenger capable of dethroning Davis, is not just a counter to Davis's verbal jab, but a declaration of his readiness to ascend to the top of the boxing world. His response, brimming with self-assurance, signals a fiery prelude to their anticipated showdown, promising a battle not just of fists, but of wills and determination. Martin's assertion of his capabilities and his belief in being able to take out any contender in the division, including Davis, speaks volumes about his mindset. It's a clear indication that he views himself not just as a participant in the division, but as its potential leader. This isn't mere bravado, it's a reflection of Martin's journey, his victories, and the self-belief that has been a cornerstone of his career. By directly addressing Davis's threats, Martin is not only standing his ground, but also challenging the narrative, suggesting that the outcome of their fight is far from a foregone conclusion. This exchange between Martin and Davis adds an intriguing layer to their upcoming bout. Martin's willingness to confront Davis's assertions head-on showcases his mental fortitude, a crucial element in the high-stakes world of professional boxing. His response is a psychological maneuver, aimed at asserting his presence and readiness to face Davis in the ring. It's a bold strategy, designed to ensure that he is seen as a peer, a rival, and a serious threat to Davis's reign. Moreover, Martin's claim underscores his ambition to be recognized as the best in the lightweight division. It's a goal that transcends personal achievement, touching on the essence of competitive sports, the desire to be the best. This ambition, coupled with his direct challenge to Davis, sets the stage for a clash that is as much about skill and technique as it is about heart and desire. Many believe Frank Martin versus Tank Davis is not a competitive fight for the face of boxing. The two also share a rivalry that makes for an entertaining fight. However, not many know that Frank helped Tank during some of his biggest fights. One of the fights where Martin helped Tank was his clash with Leo Santa Cruz back in 2020. Tank won that fight via knockout. However, Martin's comments about Tank before the fight recently caught everyone's attention. Martin, who sparred with Tank, felt Davis was not the most powerful puncher in the sport. How do we know? Well, we stumbled upon an old clip of Frank Martin's interaction with Fight Hype.
For, sparring guys 130, 135, was he like maybe the best puncher you ever sparred?
Nah.
What'd you think of the skills?
Good timing, sharp, good, he on point, he on point.
Ahead of Gervonta Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz for the WBA super featherweight and lightweight titles, Frank Martin sparred with Tank. After a session with Davis, Martin was interviewed by Fight Hype. While the sparring session was not filmed and made available for public consumption, the reporter regretted that people would not see the amazing session Martin and Davis had. Anyway, speaking about his experience with Gervonta Davis, Martin had said, "It was good work. I held my own. He held his. Good experience. He's sharp. I don't think Leo is going to have the speed or the reflexes. You gotta have some power. You gotta be able to hold your own in there because Tank's a beast." Tank may have won the Leo Santa Cruz fight. However, Santa Cruz fought toe-to-toe against Davis, throwing and landing more punches than Davis did. However, as CompuBox reported, it was Davis's power and body attack which made the difference, leading Tank to a 6th-round KO win. Anyway, ahead of the bout, Martin was asked if Gervonta Davis was the most powerful puncher he had come across in life, to which Martin answered in negative. "Nah, it's a Mexican boxer I sparred with. His name is Pablo," Martin had said. But Martin had also concluded saying, "He got some power. He can crack. Good timing, Sharp." And as Martin had predicted, Gervonta Davis cracked Santa Cruz with a powerful left uppercut in one of the most entertaining rounds in boxing to win. Speaking of the potential upcoming fight between Tank and Martin, this fight is shaping up to be one of the most eagerly anticipated bouts in the boxing world. Davis, known for his explosive power and technical skill, enters the ring as the favorite. However, Martin's confidence, stemming from the notable sparring session where he reportedly held his own against Davis, suggests that this fight could unfold in unexpected ways. Gervonta Davis has established himself as one of the most formidable fighters in the boxing scene. His ability to deliver devastating knockouts combined with his agility and boxing IQ makes him the favorite going into this fight. Davis's track record speaks volumes, with a string of victories that have showcased his dominance in the ring. However, Davis faces a unique challenge as he steps back into the ring after a year-long absence. This hiatus, while offering him time to recover and strategize, might also pose a risk to his sharpness and fight rhythm. The question of ring rust becomes pertinent, as even the most seasoned fighters can find it challenging to maintain their edge after a prolonged period away from competitive fighting. On the other side, Frank Martin enters this fight with a psychological edge, having sparred with Davis and experienced firsthand what it's like to face him in the ring. This experience is invaluable, providing Martin with insights into Davis's fighting style, tendencies, and potential weaknesses. Martin's confidence is not unfounded. It is built on the belief that he has seen what Davis brings to the table and can strategize accordingly. Training under the watchful eye of Derek James, Martin has honed his skills and developed a fighting IQ that complements his natural athleticism. His ability to adapt and implement a game plan tailored to exploit Davis's weaknesses could be the key to his success. The fight between Davis and Martin is expected to be a tactical chess match, with both fighters looking to impose their will and strategy. Davis, aware of the stakes, might approach the fight with a mix of aggression and caution, aiming to reassert his dominance while being mindful of Martin's potential to surprise. Martin, on the other hand, has the opportunity to use his speed, agility, and the insights gained from their sparring session to keep Davis off balance and exploit any signs of ring rust. Martin's small advantage lies in his recent active competition schedule, which could provide him with a sharper sense of timing and ring generalship compared to Davis's year-long absence. This edge, albeit slight, could prove crucial in the early rounds as both fighters look to establish control. Martin's strategy might involve applying pressure from the outset, testing Davis's readiness, and looking for opportunities to land significant blows that could sway the fight in his favor. Many have been reacting to this upcoming fight between Tank and Frank Martin, and recently, Tank's trainer shared his opinion about Tank's potential opponent. Calvin Ford, Davis's longtime trainer, has provided a measured yet confident perspective from their camp. Ford's insights not only shed light on their preparations, but also underscore the broader implications of this fight for the boxing division at large. Ford's approach to addressing the upcoming fight has been notably reserved, focusing less on the immediate drama and more on the strategic aspects of the matchup. This reflects a deep confidence in Davis's abilities and a comprehensive understanding of the landscape they are navigating. Ford's comments suggest a camp that is fully aware of the stakes involved, not just in terms of the fight itself, but also regarding Davis's standing in the boxing world.
Got to fight. He's still gonna keep trying to prove himself. He's still gonna fight. You can't just set him on the shelf. He's still gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? It's just, again, what team want to take a chance to stand in front?
The underlying message from Davis's camp is one of readiness and determination. Ford has emphasized that Davis is in prime condition, both mentally and physically, to take on Martin. This fight is seen as an opportunity for Davis to reaffirm his dominance in the division and silence any doubts about his capabilities, especially after a year away from the ring. Ford's confidence in Davis's readiness is a testament to their rigorous preparation and the strategic planning that has gone into this comeback. Moreover, Ford's perspective highlights the broader challenges facing fighters in today's boxing landscape. The competition is fierce, and maintaining a top position requires not just talent, but also an unwavering work ethic and the ability to adapt to different opponents. Ford's comments reflect an understanding that every fight is a stepping stone towards greater challenges, and that Davis is prepared to face anyone who stands in his way, including a formidable opponent like Frank Martin. In essence, the response from Davis's camp, as articulated by Ford, is one of quiet confidence. There's a recognition of Frank Martin's talent and the potential challenges he presents, but there's also an unshakable belief in Davis's abilities and his readiness for the fight. This fight is more than just a contest between two skilled boxers. It's a pivotal moment that could define the future trajectory of their careers. As the fight night approaches, the boxing world waits with bated breath to see how these strategies and preparations unfold in the ring, with Davis's camp firmly believing that their fighter will emerge victorious, reaffirming his status as one of the sport's elite competitors. Now, wrapping up this video, Frank Martin recently did an interview with Mill City Boxing and shared his thoughts on a Tank fight. Frank Martin shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, offering a glimpse into his mindset and strategy for what promises to be a riveting matchup. Martin's comments reflect not only his confidence, but also a deep understanding of the stylistic nuances that could define this bout.
Kind of like a little strong fighter that can box and durable and could bang, could punch too. So I think the build up would be pretty good.
Martin acknowledged the challenge ahead, placing Davis among the top fighters he would choose to face, given the opportunity. This respect for Davis's skill set, however, does not detract from Martin's belief in his own abilities. He emphasized the importance of a winning mentality, something he shares with Davis, highlighting both fighters' undefeated records and their shared determination to maintain those records. The interview shed light on the infamous sparring session between Martin and Davis, with Martin clarifying misconceptions and rumors surrounding the event. Contrary to some reports, Martin stated that the sparring was not available on YouTube, and he dismissed claims that he was the fighter getting dominated in any leaked footage. Instead, Martin described the session as competitive, with both fighters landing significant shots. This first-hand experience in the ring with Davis has given Martin valuable insights into Davis's fighting style, particularly his reliance on explosive, powerful shots. Martin's recounting of the sparring session reveals a fighter who is not intimidated by Davis's power or reputation. He spoke of the session's intensity and competitiveness, suggesting that he not only held his own but also gained a psychological edge. Martin's confidence is further bolstered by his training and preparation, which he believes have equipped him to exploit Davis's weaknesses. The interview also touched on the broader implications of the fight, with Martin expressing his desire to rise to Davis's level rather than just seeking a payday. He sees this fight as an opportunity to prove himself against one of the best in the division, underscoring his ambition and competitive spirit. Martin's comments to Mill City Boxing highlight a fighter who is mentally and physically prepared for the challenge that Davis presents. His insights from their sparring session, combined with his own rigorous training and strategic planning, suggest that Martin is approaching this fight with a level of confidence and readiness that could surprise many observers. As the fight approaches, Martin's perspective offers a compelling narrative of a challenger who is not just there to participate, but to emerge victorious, challenging the narrative and setting the stage for a highly anticipated showdown. This fight is a massive one for Frank Martin, and he will try his all to impress the boxing world when he does take on Tank Davis in the ring this June. But what are your thoughts on the sparring session where Tank was beaten by Martin? Do you think Tank can make his comeback to the boxing ring? Let us know in the comments. That's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell for the latest notifications so that you never miss out on videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.